Welcome to this edition of Meet the Mustangs. Joining us today is head men's and women's cross country coach, Coach Campos. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Good morning. Welcome everyone to the program.
Well, I tell you, I got to tell you, I see your kids out running early in the morning, and that's got to be a challenge getting college kids up at 5:30, 6 in the morning to go running in the dark and the cold, and although it's not too cold.
Yeah, it's interesting. The beginning of the season, everyone's talking, and then as the season progresses, you start seeing them where their heads are down and like, what changed? The only thing, it just progresses as the season progresses. We have the sun situation.
Yes.
And this year, I don't think the time change is going to be until November. So I'm thinking, boy, 7:30, we're still going to be running in the dark. So
it is in the dark.
But it's nice. At that time in the morning, there's relatively no traffic. So by the time the commute starts, we're already heading back. So it's good to run. We don't have to worry too much about the traffic during that time.
Well, let's talk a little bit about how the season's been going. Timo Clip, your top men's runner.
He's coming along good. I mean, he like I mentioned to him when we were in Flagstaff. He's kind of down. I told him, hey, a month ago you were at 0 altitude. So what's interesting with him is, since he's European, their track season isn't until June, July, September. So he was coming off a different season opposed to our academic year.
Right.
That track season starts in March, April, May. So his volume of training was down. So we had to tinker that a little bit. Fortunately, this year the season will go on a little bit longer. So hopefully by that time, he'll be in top shape. So, but he's coming along well. He's adapting. Just getting a lot of feedback from him during the runs. That way, we kind of see how his heart rate's doing and how that's adapting, because we don't have a speedometer, obviously, but we have a heart. So by that feedback and how the season's going.
So how has the season been progressing for you? Anybody stepping up that you didn't expect to, or people right about where you thought they'd be?
Dustin Walthall is coming along very well. He didn't get a lot of training during the summer just because of his job. He was out working with one of the local constructors, so they had him out there in the roads all day. But this last 2 weeks, he's really stepped it up. So now I'm moving him to the front group. So I figure, on paper he was number 2. And he's showing that he's going to be number 2 probably. If not, maybe taking him in the number 1 spot. So, but other than that, he's coming along good. The female side, we have Flor Luna that's progressing well, and as competitive as it is in the RMAC, I tell them just to have patience, because we can't expect to be 1, 2, or 3. I mean, if we were 1, 2, or 3, we would be top 5 in the nation.
Right.
So, we're at where we're at right now. We have a young group, both men and women, that everyone will be coming back, and that's a good foundation for the next couple of seasons.
Well, certainly for people that don't know, Adams State, one of the powerhouses in cross country and track overall in the RMAC, and so it is difficult. Is that something though that helps you recruit? Is saying, look, we're going to run against some of the best in the nation?
It's a double-edged sword there, because I tell them, when they ask, especially when we're recruiting people from recruits from Southern Cal, I tell them, where they ask who do you compete, and I tell them, we're in the RMAC, we're in the strongest conference in Division II in the nation. Just being in our conference, it's pretty tough.
Well, the last thing is, one of the big challenges for you is after your last regular season meet, you've got like a month off before the conference championship. How do you deal with that?
We scheduled one. Highlands is hosting a meet there that's going to let us go into the cross country course. So obviously we can't run the entire course, but we're going to see about 80% of that. So it's scheduled the 23rd. So that's definitely going to...
That helps.
Yeah, that definitely helps. Yeah.
Well, Coach, good luck, and thanks for joining us on this edition of Meet the Mustangs.
Appreciate it. Thank you, and have a good morning.